Hi everybody, this is a short video which is designed to give you a brief introduction to MindMup. MindMup is an application that allows you to create your own mind maps. If you haven't used mind maps before, they can be used to help you to learn, study or revise a topic, or you can just use them to organise your thoughts on a topic in a way that suits your own individual learning style. To find MindMup, you can go to the MindMup section of this presentation. This is a Sway presentation to help you learn how to use MindMup and see what it can do. And you can just click on the link here, or you can just open up your internet browser. Now just let me show you for a moment. This is Chrome. Okay, so if you want to open up a new window in your internet browser, that's what you do. You just double click on Chrome and in the search bar, just type MindMup and hit return. Okay. And you will see the first link that comes up is www.mindmup.com. So just click on that link there, and this is the window that you will see. Now, just to mention before we go ahead with opening up a mind map, you can get lots of help from the tutorials section on how to create your own mind maps. So basic map operations, you can find keyboard shortcuts, how to print your maps, resizing nodes to make maps easier to read, etc., etc. So there's lots of help here on how to use MindMap and get to know its features a little bit better. But what I'm going to do today is just show you how to create a simple mind map. And what we want here is the free software. So we want to create a free map. So we pick the orange option. And this is the window that you will get. Okay, so now we are in MindMap. And there are lots of features here, guys, that you can use. And if you just hover over each of the buttons, you will get an explanation. Hover over with your mouse and you'll see Insert Root Node is the first one there. Insert a child node. We're going to use that one quite a bit today. Insert sibling modes, etc. Okay, you can add image nodes. You can change the node style. So that's the color of the background and the text and so on. You can format. These are all very similar to the formatting tools that you would see in Microsoft Word. So if you're used to any of those applications, this will come very easily to you. But for today, the first map I'm going to create is a simple one about maths operations. Okay. And if you don't know what maths operations are, you will in a couple of moments. Okay. So this is our central node, and I am going to create a child node. Okay. And the first one that I'm going to create is addition. Okay, so we can do addition in maths. I'm going to go back to my central node here and I'm going to add another one for subtraction. And I'm going to go back again and add a third one for multiplication, like so. And then I'm going to just click on my central node again and add my final node, which is division. Okay. So now we have 4 nodes, and if you don't like the positioning of any of those nodes, you can move it. You just hover over with your mouse, select your left mouse button and just drop and drag, just like you would in any other application. And if you don't like where you've landed, you can just undo it. Okay, I'm going to leave them like this at the minute because you'll see how MindMup actually formats it a little bit itself, but you can change that afterwards if you want. So now what I want to do is I want to add in the symbols for each of these operations. So I'm going to hover over addition and I'm going to create a child node from addition. And I'm going to type in symbol. And I'm going to put in plus. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same for multiplication. So hovered over multiplication and I'm going to insert a child node there. And again, I'm going to put in symbol. And that's the times symbol. For subtraction, I'm going to do the same thing. So I've just selected subtraction and I'm inserting a child node. I'm typing in the text that I want. And there's my minus sign for subtraction. And lastly, I've selected division and I'm going to insert a child node there for my division symbol. And I should have this saved in memory. Oh, that did something interesting. So there's my division symbol. I don't want it there, so I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to edit this one. and Control V. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so you can see it's quite easy to undo mistakes and edit the boxes, just like text boxes in Word or something like that. Okay, so there's an example of a very simple mind map with the symbols added for each of the 4 operations. Now, if you want to, you can change the color. You can change both the background color or the text, or both. You can see you can change the text size and the font size there as well if you want. Okay, so let's just go with the colors here for now. We're going to change the background here to yellow, make it a little bit more interesting. So there's yellow. Let's make multiplication. What color will we give it? We'll give it green, nice bright green. Subtraction, let's do something a little bit different. Maybe we'll pick a light color for the background. And change our text to white. Okay, now you may or may not like that, but as you can see, it's very easy to change. And then division lastly, let's do something a bit different here. Let's make the background black and the text red. Okay, so you can be as creative or as uncreative as you want to be with these mind maps. If you want to spread things out a little bit, so it hasn't had to make too many changes here. So let's make it a little bit more spatially attractive. So let's click on subtraction, and again, select with your left mouse button as usual and drag over here. And let's move division down here a little bit. Let's move addition over here and multiplication over here. Okay. So a very simple mind map there of the 4 maths operations and the symbols associated with them. You could make it a little bit more complex if you wanted to. So for example, let's select addition again and add in another child node here. And we could put in some alternative words for addition. Okay, so what might they be? So I'm going to put in a child node from alternative words here. And I'm going to pick add. And then I'm going to add another one. What other word could we use? And we use that quite a lot. Another one might be join. There are lots of different words in English that actually mean the same thing in maths where we're adding. Apologies there, didn't mean to do that. Don't even know how to get rid of those. Okay, there we go, that worked. Okay, and you could, again, if you wanted to add another little bit of detail, you could put in an example of what your operation is, and we could say something like, sorry, I just need to edit that again. We could say 35 plus 40 is equal to 75, and there's our example of the addition operation. And you can put all of that detail in as if you want to. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go up to File, and you can see that you can download your map, or you can print it directly if you have a printer networked to your device. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to download it as a PDF file. You can either save it as an image or a PDF file. So I'm going to create a PDF file. I'm not going to make any changes here. I'm just going to show you that you click export. Okay. And then I'm going to click download after the export has completed. And there you are. There is your file downloaded. Okay, here it is. You can make it as big or small as you want, and then you can save it to your own device here by downloading it, or you can print it off from there either. Okay, so it's very flexible in terms of how you want to save your image or your PDF file, or print it off directly if you want to do that. Okay, so now that you've seen how to create a mind map using MindMup from the last section of the video, I wanted to show you some examples of other mind maps because you can use them for any topic at all that you want. This is just a little section from my presentation, and these photos here are of different mind maps, and you can click on these photos. It's just like flicking through photographs that you have in your hand. But what this shows you is the different ideas that you can put onto a mind map. So this one here actually is just discussing mind mapping itself. It talks about the benefits, planning, creativity, productivity, collaboration. You can see lots of colour is used, and it's a very free-flowing map. It looks like it's hand-drawn rather than generated by computer, and you can do that too if you want to. So I'll just click on that one and it goes to the next one. This one here, is about transport, completely different topic. It's broken transport down into land transport and air transport, and then it breaks land transport down further. So again, a completely different topic that you might want to put your thoughts down about, or things that you might want to remember. And if we move on to the next one, this one is about fruit. It talks about the different colour fruits, as you can see. You can also see there's some nice graphics in here in the background, which add a lot of interest and colour to your mind map. And this next one is about shapes. It's broken down into 2D and 3D shapes. So if you want to remember some key characteristics about shapes, this would be a nice one to use. Again, a completely different structure in that one. So 4 very different mind maps there that will give you ideas about how to present your own ideas. And as we said in the beginning, mind maps are very particular to the individual. You create a mind map that works for you depending on what the topic is, and you can introduce as much colour, imagery, and detail as you want. So I hope this video has been useful, and I would very much appreciate your feedback on it. So please feel free to go to the link below, which is a Microsoft Forms link, which will allow you to give some feedback on the video and on the learning resource. Thank you.